Alex First.
And I'm Noah Zingarelli.
And welcome to Conscious Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a very simple summer recipe for dinner. So 2 recipes on the menu today. We're going to start with a mango salsa that you can serve with chips as a nice little appetizer. And then we're going to move on to our entree, which will be zoodles with a homemade pumpkin seed pesto. So we're going to start off by toasting our pumpkin seeds. I have 1 cup here in a saute pan, medium-high heat. We're just going to let these toast a bit. You can already see some of that heat coming off. So this is a really fun way to make your pesto because pumpkin seeds are high in healthy fats as well as protein. And we're also going to be utilizing hemp seeds, which are also high in protein and healthy fats. So while this is toasting here, Noah's going to get us started on our mango salsa.
Yeah, great. So I love mango salsa, probably because I love mangoes so much, and there's so many different varieties of mangoes. Today we're using 2 types. We have an Irwin mango and an Atulfo mango. So these are great. Mangoes are a year-round kind of fruit, and you want to let them get ripe out of the refrigeration. So these are nice and soft. I can feel that they're really juicy. So the thing about when you're cutting in mangoes is there's a large pit in the middle that's pretty flat, but it goes straight through the middle and it's wide but flat. So you want to get around that. So you take your knife and you want to just cut in, and you'll feel it once you get into the mango. Like my knife edge is right up against that that pit. So you just kind of go down around it, cut a nice piece off that way, and then just turn it around and go to the other side. So I'm going to cut through that there, and you are left with a little flesh around the side, but the pit is right in there. I can actually see it through the lights there, so I'm just going to set that aside.
I always find that these mangoes are usually ripe when you're in the store. I feel like a lot of times with mangoes, just like avocados, you'll get them, they're not ripe,
Yeah.
you wait, and then you wait a little too long and they're not good. So
Yeah.
try to find this variety at the store if you can.
Yeah, that's the Altufo.
Yes. But as Noah likes to say, he's never met a mango he didn't like.
That's right. I could live on mangoes, honestly. So, all right, I'm going to start with just these 2 halves here. So the next thing you want to do is just start to make some crosshairs through the mango. Since we're making salsa, I'm going to do a fine dice. So I'm just cutting down the length of the mango, being careful not to pierce the skin.
Yeah, if the mango's really ripe, you can easily slice through and cut your hand. So either do it on a cutting board or be very mindful of that.
All right, so I've cut down the length there. Now I'm going to go across. So you just want to make some small crosshair dices on this. Think about the size that you're wanting to get. This is going to be a salsa, so it needs to all fit on a chip. You don't want pieces too big.
That is one juicy mango.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Ripe.
So our pumpkin seeds are nice and toasted. I'm going to turn this off so that they have a chance to cool before we set them in our food processor. And Noah is shaving that off now.
So yeah, it's so ripe they're literally falling right off. So I'm going to take them off and just dice them a little finer because some of the chunks stay together. But yeah, so I'm just going to chop these a little more. Like I said, you want a nice size that'll easily fit on a chip and of course in your mouth. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to work on these other ones here. So this recipe, bless you, you want to do 2 cups of chopped up mango. So working on those, and then it's going to be a 1/4 cup of red onion, which I have already pre-chopped here on the board. We're going to add some Thai chili, so just 1 sort of medium-sized pepper. A little apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 cup of that. Sorry, a teaspoon of that. We don't need that much vinegar. And then a teaspoon of salt, or about, a little bit less than a teaspoon of salt, and then about a 1/2 cup of cilantro, which I'm going to chop up in a moment.
So a very simple recipe, delicious, fresh ingredients. And in Ayurveda cooking, this is actually such a great recipe for this time of year because these ingredients are cooling. We want to incorporate sweet and astringent foods this time of year. So the mango, beautiful.
Yeah.
We call this like a hedgehog.
Yeah.
Let's get a look at this mango right here. How that,
I don't know if you can get close up to that at all, but
maybe over here,
yeah, down a little bit. Yeah, you guys can probably see it at home.
looking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna then now shave that off of there.
So while Noah's doing that, we're gonna get started on our pesto over here. So I like to start this pesto with our hemp seeds. So this is half a cup of hemp seeds, which again are super high in protein and healthy fat. So these are going in. And then to kind of stretch out the pesto, sometimes it's hard to find really good basil. Maybe it's you don't have enough basil. I like to add spinach. So this is 2 packed cups of spinach. And then we have the juice of 1 lemon, as well as the zest. This is gonna add a little bit of brightness to our pesto and really make those flavors pop. We are also adding our basil, 1 cup of fresh. This is like what summer smells like to me.
Absolutely.
It's so, so good. 1 cup of basil. This is beautiful basil, local to our area. And I'm gonna add 2 to 3 cloves. I think this is 2 cloves of garlic, slightly chopped, and then nutritional yeast. I have 6 tablespoons of nutritional yeast here. In plant-based cooking, nutritional yeast is a great alternative to get that cheesy flavor. It's also quite salty, so I'm not gonna add any salt until the end of this. I wanna taste it first because our pumpkin seeds are also salty. I'm gonna add these right in. Whoops. Spilled a little bit, that's okay. And then I'm gonna start with 1 cup of cold water. So pesto typically is made with a lot of olive oil, which is fine, but if you wanna watch your calories, you can just easily substitute with water. So I am gonna add just like a nice drizzle of olive oil to get this going, and then we'll give it a buzz and see if we need to add any more water. I'm gonna stop this for a moment and just scrape down the sides. Oh, it smells, can you smell it?
I can smell the toasted pumpkin seeds, which I love toasted, any nut or seed really, but pumpkin seeds especially. You know, when you toast a nut or a seed, it really helps bring out some of the natural flavor, it caramelizes a little bit, releases some of the oils a little more.
Yeah.
And just really balances the flavor.
Super yummy.
I'm gonna cut 1 more mango. We're almost to, we need 2 cups, so I'm gonna do 1 more.
And I'm gonna give this another quick buzz. All right, so this recipe makes a decent amount of pesto. Today, it's just us. So what you can do with your extra pesto is store it in the refrigerator, or what I like to do is freeze it. You can freeze it in like an ice cube tray, and then you just pop out as much as you need, especially if you're adding it to a hot pasta. Very easy to utilize that. I do think we need to buzz this just a bit longer, but I'm gonna check for seasoning. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper, which are over here. Beautiful mangoes. Salt and pepper to your liking. We've been liking a lot of pepper lately. And I'll give a nice pinch of salt.
Yeah. We just invested in a pepper mill as well, very inexpensive. And, you know, we've been using the pepper mill that comes with the pepper at the store, which is great. That's nice to have, but wasn't getting as fine as I like. So we invested in a little pepper mill, and it's really,
no, it's real nice.
the pop flavor really pops now.
1 more buzz here. All right, this is looking good. So in my experience with pesto, you really can't mess it up. As long as you've got some kind of nut or seed, basil, some kind of cheesy element like nutritional yeast, It's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna really elevate any pasta or zoodle dish very quickly, very easily. So I think that 1 cup of water was more than enough. So I'm gonna just put this into a bowl over here. And Noah is gonna finish up our mango salsa.
Yeah, almost there. All right, so I think we've got enough mango here. Gonna add the little onion. Okay. That's good. I got my beautiful, I love the red color of this chili pepper. Hopefully it's got a little heat to it. Make this mango salsa really pop. Just gonna take the cilantro right here and chop it up. Okay, got that there.
Pesto is looking nice. I'm gonna set it here for when we're ready for our zoodles. Maybe we can get a little close-up of this pesto here. It is beautiful, green, bright, and packed with a lot of nutritional value. All these colors, like this is summer, summer bounty, looking good.
Yeah, and you know, if you're going to a party this summer and have to bring a dish, this mango salsa is a great and very simple, easy thing to bring. You know, it's a little different flavor than a traditional salsa or something. It's a great snack to bring, or if you're having people over, it's really easy to throw together.
And you could do a pineapple salsa, you could do a watermelon salsa, anything that is fresh and in season. It's gonna just taste magnificent this time of year.
All right, so I'm gonna add the apple cider vinegar. Give it a little shake to mix it well.
The mother is at the bottom, so you wanna make sure that is incorporated.
Yes.
I think it's just a teaspoon.
Teaspoon should be enough.
And a little pinch of salt. And then we're good to go.
Okay, a little more. Great. All right, so we're gonna give that a stir.
Why don't you mix this over here and I can clear this station for you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, yeah, I mean, what beautiful colors here. You know, you can see that. The mango and the purple of the onion and the red and the green of the cilantro. It just looks so fresh. My mouth is starting to water. Okay, so now we're gonna set up our zoodler.
Well, wait, shouldn't we try the salsa?
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's see. Chip for you.
Oh, chip, let's do it.
Chip for me.
Cheers.
Cheers. That is so good.
Yeah.
It's salty. The acid from the vinegar really helps brighten the mango. There's a little bit of heat from that chili.
Yep.
All the flavors that we want.
Yeah.
And
And
now,
as that sits a little too, those flavors are gonna really start to mix and incorporate together.
yeah. So moving on to our zoodles. This is a zoodleizer or a spiralizer. And if you've never seen one before, I bought this like, I think 10 years ago for maybe like $40. You can do so much with this. You can make zucchini noodles, you can spiralize beets, sweet potatoes, daikon, carrots, cucumber, right? Cucumber, sweet potatoes, zucchini, all make really good noodle substitutes. And then beets, daikon, carrot, it's just a fun way to give yourself a different experience with vegetables. Simply cutting them a different way can really elevate a salad, can just make it fun and interesting. So all we're gonna do here is take our zucchini. You wanna get a zucchini that's a little bit fatter. That way it's able to catch the blades. And this one's cool. It has 4 different settings. So you can make like fettuccine, zucchini, or spaghetti, angel hair. Today we're just doing a simple spaghetti. So what you're gonna do is pull this back and kind of thread this needle here through the middle of the zucchini. And then press these prongs into it so that it holds. And then all we're gonna do is start to spin it. And out comes
There we go.
our zucchini
Wow, look at that.
noodles. You might need to readjust as you go down. It might not be in the middle as much, but that's okay. There's also this little thing here, which I always forget, but this little handle helps you to kind of push it forward.
Yeah. Wonder what that was for.
Yeah.
All right, look at that.
And what surprises me about zoodles or zucchini is the quantity that you get.
Yeah.
Like one whole zucchini will serve a person, sometimes even two. I think we're gonna do both zucchini today,
All
just
right,
so we
cool.
have some extra. And then what you're left with is just the butt of the zucchini. So you're really utilizing a lot of it. And one thing we're gonna do in a moment is make sure that you cut your zucchini noodles before you serve them, because it ends up being quite long. So we're gonna do that in a moment. Just cutting the other end off of our zoodles, of our zucchini. We're gonna thread the needle through the middle.
It's a plant-based pasta machine right here.
Seriously. And what I really love about this recipe is that we eat these zoodles raw. So I feel like the most common recipe with zucchini noodles is to just toss them in a pan with tomato sauce, and I think that's kind of boring. I also feel like that's when a lot of the water releases from the zucchini, and it just becomes like a kind of wet, mushy, gross texture. So by keeping them raw, you get like a nice bit of a crunch. The pesto is gonna mix really well, and then the water content from the zucchini is gonna help it mix even more. And it's just such a satiating dish. All we're gonna add to this is some cherry tomatoes, and it's gonna be so, so delicious.
Yeah, I don't think I had zoodles before I met Alex, and she was a big fan. And now I'm a fan too. They really are a fun, different way to make the pasta dishes you love if you're looking to cut back a little bit on your carb intake and things like that. And get a little more extra vegetables in your diet.
If you are not calories, but just like a volume eater, this is a great swap. I could easily eat an entire bowl of pasta by myself. I don't need to be doing that. So when I eat this way, I feel a lot better about it. Also, another really simple and delicious thing you can mix with zoodles is just a dollop of your favorite hummus. We've been doing for dinner lately zoodles with a dollop of Ithaca hummus and some sliced green olives and tomatoes. So I'm gonna lay this out here on the cutting board and just give it a little chop, because like I said, some of these noodles are gonna be super long and we don't want that. So just run your knife through a little bit like this. And then I think we'll actually mix our pesto in this bowl. But first, we're gonna teach you a little kitchen hack for cutting your tomatoes.
Yeah. Another thing I learned from you.
How to cut the tomatoes?
Yeah, you can cut a lot of tomatoes quickly with this little trick, so stay tuned here.
Yeah, so let's make sure you can see what we're doing. So first and foremost, get your tomatoes, and you're gonna want 2 lids from quart or pint containers. And you're gonna also need a serrated knife. So very easily, you're just gonna start to put the tomatoes into one lid that's facing up so that it catches in between here. You want the rim to be facing up. And you wanna make sure that all the tomatoes are laying flat, just like that.
Perfect.
So they're all the same shape. And then we're gonna take the top of the other lid here and put it down. Then take your serrated knife. You always want to use a serrated knife with tomatoes because it's going to catch a lot easier than just a straight blade. And we're going to run our knife through like that. And then boom, I just halved like 10 tomatoes in 2 seconds all at once.
Amazing.
So I'm going to cut these up.
Start to put these in the bowl.
Let's mix in here
first, all right.
and then we'll add it to our bowl.
Well, I'm going to add the tomatoes here.
Oh.
Or we'll add the pesto first.
Let's do the pesto.
Yeah.
So now we're going to add a couple spoonfuls of pesto into our zoodles, and starting with just a bit because
Pesto is easily my favorite pasta sauce.
it's a good summer
Yeah.
sauce. Start with a little bit because like I said, that water content from the zucchini is gonna really help to make it like a nice wet sauce. And you can always add more, but you can't take away.
All right, so that was about 3-ish tablespoons, I think, maybe a little more, closer to a quarter cup. Let's see how it tastes or how well it mixes. You know, like Alex said, you can always add more. It's a lot harder to go backwards. I'm definitely more of a, I'm a heavy hand with sauce, where I think you're like a little lighter, but you know, with this you don't want to overdo it. Powerful flavors in the pesto.
You can always add a little bit more salt and pepper as you go.
Yeah. I think a little more. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Maybe like 2 scoops.
Okay.
There's a real nuttiness with this pesto because we toasted those pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
Also hemp seeds, if you've never had them, they have a real nutty flavor to them as well.
Yeah.
So this is looking super bright, super delish.
And typically you will use a pine nut, right, in a pesto?
And pine nuts are so delicious, but they are so expensive. And
Yeah.
if you just want to like, you know, cut your budget in half, you can substitute with pepitas, aka pumpkin seeds, and still get a lot of the nutritional benefits and just do something different.
All right, we're looking pretty well mixed there. I think you can see that. It looks like a bowl of pasta to me, like regular pasta.
Yeah, so let's add some into our bowls. We'll top with a little cherry tomatoes and then give it a mix or give it a taste.
There you go.
I'll take a little more.
Yeah, let's get a little more there.
Beautiful.
Good. Take a little more as well.
Take a look at this. Bright, flavorful, super, super easy to make. That did not take long at all.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a little close up.
There you go, it's overhead.
So good. All right, shall we give it a taste?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Get a little bit of everything in here.
Yeah.
It's so light and fresh. Like,
Yeah.
it's just perfect for summer.
I know we keep saying this is the taste of summer, but this is the taste of summer for me.
Along with this,
Fresh
I'm
tomato,
gonna.
pesto, and some noodles. And zucchini, of course, like big time summer vegetable.
You could also serve this zoodle dish with the mango salsa as the sauce. If you cut it really finely, it's so, so good.
Yeah. So, hopefully you'll give this a try next time you're looking for something new to make with some friends or even just for yourself or your family. It's, like we said, super easy, super delicious.
Hit the farm stand this weekend. See what's fresh, see what's available, and we hope you have fun. Again, we are Alex and Noah from Conscious Kitchen, where we teach you fun, delicious, and nutritious plant-based recipes. We'll see you next time.
Take care.